After the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan in 2021, there are many occasions when Afghanistan has taken some unexpected decisions. Now, once again in September 2024, the Afghan Taliban has shocked the world with their decision to seek an invitation for the BRICS summit. How will this decision affect the region and the big powers of the world? Why is Afghanistan interested in BRICS? Is it another Cold War move? Stay with us as we explore further. The Taliban has been actively involved in strengthening its rule within the geographical borders of Afghanistan since it regained power, as well as in the international community. While the group is not officially recognized by many nations, it has conducted dialogues with some of the most influential countries in the region. Their decision to request membership in BRICS is a clear indication of their desire to change from an isolated country to an active political force that occupies significant positions. The Taliban's wish to have an authority over the entire Asia region is in most cases derived from its dominance over Afghanistan, a state whose political relevance cannot be overstated. Afghanistan is bordered by Pakistan, China, Iran, and the republics of Central Asia. It is strategically situated and therefore plays an important role in the security and trading of the area. The Taliban's control in Afghanistan helps them shape the political, security, and economic aspects in the politics of the region. For example, Afghanistan is viewed as a crucial route for linking Asia and Europe by China through its Belt and Road Initiative. The Taliban could either support or create resistance towards such initiatives, and it will matter for the plans of China. Pakistan, on the other hand, has a complex history with Afghanistan and has the opportunity to gain benefits or face hurdles depending upon their ongoing relationship situation with Afghans. If the Taliban is able to make their way into the BRICS grouping, that would further enhance their standing in the international system and help them in forming economic relations with countries such as China and Russia. It would also mean a greater addition of resources into the Afghanistan economy, which has been affected by wars for quite some time now. Perhaps crux of the matter is that regional expansion of the Taliban could also most likely involve regional security management too, especially counterterrorism and drug trafficking, where Afghanistan is in the center. How this possibility will impact the U.S. bloc. The potential inclusion of the Taliban in the BRICS summit would have significant implications for the U.S.-led global order. The U.S. and its partners have always regarded the Taliban with a suspicious eye, labeling them as terrorists and applying sanctions on them. The cause behind the invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 by the U.S. was the Al-Qaeda and Taliban alliance, and therefore a subsequent war for over 20 years was waged to guarantee that Afghanistan does not go back into the Taliban's hands. A big setback for the U.S. came about when Taliban rule was reestablished in 2021. Now, the Taliban's request to join BRICS is seen as a direct challenge to the U.S. and its allies, who have been trying to make Taliban alone diplomatically. If the Taliban is allowed to participate in BRICS, it would be a great dent to the efforts of the U.S. Additionally, integration of the Taliban within BRICS is likely to restrict the U.S.'s capability to project power within Asia. BRICS is an economic bloc that poses a challenge to the Western-dominated institutions like the IMF and World Bank. By associating with BRICS, the Taliban would enjoy sources of economic and financial assistance that do not involve American-led sanctions-induced consequences. This could weaken the U.S.'s ability to use economic pressure as a tool to influence the Afghan Taliban policies. From a broader perspective, the participation of the Taliban in BRICS may also encourage other developing nations to find means of escaping the U.S.-led world. The emergence of BRICS against Western dominance has become apparent, and the integration of the Taliban might serve to expand this trend. Most of the BRICS nations, such as China and Russia, are also not on good terms with the U.S. as far as the concept of a global America is concerned. Why will Russia support the Taliban? The request of the Taliban to join the BRICS summit received the necessary support of Russia for a number of tactical reasons. Let us begin with the fact that Russia for a long time has had the same ambitions of rolling back the area of Central Asia, which it considers to be within its sphere of influence. For Russia, Afghanistan is an opportunity to cement its presence in the region. Russia considers stability in Afghanistan as vital for its southern borders. Extremism and trafficking pose a huge threat to Russia. By negotiating with the Taliban, Russia wants to neutralize these threats and make sure Afghanistan doesn't become a source of terrorism or instability that spills over into its neighbors. Also, Russia views the Taliban's inclusion in BRICS as a path to challenge the U.S. dominance in the region. Russia has been on not very good terms with the U.S. on global issues like Syria and Ukraine, and sees BRICS as a platform to balance Western dominance. By supporting the Taliban's membership, Russia can undermine U.S. efforts to isolate the group and strengthen its own geopolitical position. Another factor that is not much discussed is economics. Afghanistan is rich in natural resources including minerals, gas, and oil, which Russia can exploit. Russia has been trying to strengthen its trade ties with Asian countries in Afghanistan. The Taliban can play a role in this. How will BRICS power increase after the Taliban's joining? BRICS was formed as an economic bloc to represent the interests of emerging markets. Now it has grown into a powerful alliance to challenge Western-dominated global institutions. With its 5 member states, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, represents almost 40% of the world's population and a quarter of global GDP. BRICS' influence has been growing, especially as countries like China and India have become major players in the global economy. The Taliban's inclusion in BRICS would have big implications for the bloc's power and influence. The Taliban is not a traditional state actor, but its control over Afghanistan gives it a unique position in the region. By joining BRICS, the Taliban can bring Afghanistan's strategic resources and geography into the fold and strengthen the bloc's presence in Central Asia. Also, the Taliban's membership in BRICS would send a strong message to the international community that the bloc is willing to engage with non-Western political entities. It would also mean that BRICS is open to work with groups that have been isolated by the West and challenge the US-led global order. In a nutshell, the Taliban's formal request to participate in Russia's BRICS summit represents a key moment in the BRICS' quest for international recognition and its aim to enhance its influence across Asia. While the group remains controversial, its control over Afghanistan and its strategic importance in the region cannot be ignored. If the Taliban is successful in joining BRICS, it could have far-reaching implications for the balance of power in Asia and beyond. Hence, it's certain that Taliban's participation in BRICS could reshape the future of global politics and economics. That's all for today. How do you see this swiftly changing situation? Do tell us in the comments section, and if you enjoyed our video, make sure to like it and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Hoping to see you in the next video.